Finally, space transportation is progressing with its handicap spots for the folks in flipped wheelchairs. Wait a second. The shuttle looks a lot shorter than most arrival shuttles. Shit, well that's Bernard Bush for you. A chef with the potential of a third shift line cook. Either he'll be surprisingly self-sufficient or too zonked out to comprehend orders. Already in the kitchen, another foodsman was breaking his back with the task of putting donk pockets in microwaves. Bernard planned to get in the way with rapid-fire burger making like an American in a foreign kitchen. This burger flipper never flipped his burgers, only cooking one side, yet the pink always switched to brown. No comment. Come on, just move on, go. Once done, he threw those patties between buns. One got a cheese wedge too. Problem is, those first two burgers were sloppily tossed together to make custom disasters. The forgotten crafting menu is how to make the fast food item look the way it was advertised. Recipes get abandoned when the incestual urge to see the limit on a sandwich's height takes over. Nothing new there. This has been done many times by chefs before Bernard and probably by Bernard himself during previous shifts. Who knows? Bouncing to the next chef trope, the need for more meat. Thus the purpose of the goat in the freezer. That bastard will kick you, but ultimately feed you. Extension of the edible tower squandered away all nearby resources. Production had to be moved to in front of the botany vending machine, where fresh produce is basically unlimited as long as the botanists aren't slacking off. Potatoes became the main source of building material like Russia's infrastructure. Yep, going with the food stereotypes today, I guess. There was a short-lived crip and blood tomato phase, however the spud became the standard. Now towering out of the inventory interface, yet that wasn't tall enough. The burger's nutrition facts labeled contained an already sizable ingredients paragraph without any added chemicals. Still, Bernard wasn't going to stop unless his beef pillar was big enough to go off screen. Unseen were any ill intentions from the other chef with the demonic red eye floating over his head. He dragged Bernard into the freezer. Originally, Bernard's burger bodyguard was in there with them, but the enforcer got shut out, leaving our pathetic hero helpless as he got hung upside down by his colleague, who promised the safety of Bernard's beloved Grease Mountain long as he kept quiet. Although the blowtorch in the chef's hand made Bernard question his own well-being, seeing how snitch prevention usually involves brutal injury or death. Thankfully, that crazy cook needed a nap. His captor's sleep provided opportunity for escape out the freezer. Not scared of no punk-ass stitches, old Bush boy over here got to radio snitching. Security must have been knuckle deep in a clown since nobody even came to poke around the kitchen. Bernard had to protect himself from the coworker he deemed a foul beast. HR can't hear you scream in space. He kept his professional distance by going out into the hallway to measure his burger. Meat metrics ceased when a goblin selling toads approached. There's an old adage, a really old one, that goes, don't buy frogs from a goblin because he's definitely fucked them. It's a really archaic saying, though it applies here. Unlike the coffee shop where no one has ever applied, it's always empty with a counter full of free pastries, the perfect snack for a utility pole-sized burger. Up next for absorption was a cow. While bringing Betsy into the freezer, the creepy chef from before appeared. Bernard almost got away again until he was manhandled out the doorway and restrained. What followed would likely be a recruitment ceremony, where the prisoner gets ritualized into being a minion. In this version, he's become a vassal for a vampire. Master's first order was to keep the freezer a secret like Dahmer. Bernard obliged in the most evil henchman way possible. As for the main plot, the burger, what is he up to? Having a small fraction of them ate didn't even put a dent in him. Big Burger could solve galactic hunger. The powers that be wouldn't care for that, so the meaty monolith remained in the chef's pocket. Bad luck still found him when he ran into a bald guy trying to corner the market on hair removal. Poor Mr. Bush was used as a guinea pig. Shortly thereafter, he saw the hair vandal walk into the diner. Bernard figured the jerk was owed a few pointy jabs for stripping the rugged facade from his face. The fellow who ran into a knife called security and they actually showed up to find Bernard covered in blood, yet he told the truth about a hair thief, resulting in no arrest. Departure of the law saw the chef vampire tie up a restaurant patron and drag them out of their seat. Plenty of people, including a bee person, witnessed the abduction. No intervention nor report to authority came from this recklessness. Recruiting numbers were going up for the vampire cult, crew, posse, what have you. This had the new blood and leader wrestling with a doctor for his loyalty. Bernard assisted, seeing it as a prime stabbing excuse. Of course, he was just getting in the way. Too many cooks. Someone has to suck it up and man the counter. Who else will get crowbars to botanists in need? Make sure to deep fry the tool to enhance it. Its enhancement being that if eaten, the consumer will hopefully die before needing to pry open any airlocks. Since the botanist didn't want the upgrade, Bernard ate the crowbar. Unfortunately, he's alive and still can't open any airlocks. For such foolery, Bernard deserved an assassination or two. 2 attempts were made, both via a misfired fireball. These magicians shot out heat beams aimed at the chef, only to accidentally hit bystanders passing by. Searching for any reason to kill, Bernard hassled some dude who was cleaning up monkey guts. A chef must dull his knife on others in order not to cut oneself during food prep. Showing off his handle of the blade got Bernard promoted in the vampire hierarchy, like he shanked Wesley Snipes. Empowerment had the Nard flexing his antagonism with another senseless stabbing. The victim pulled out a cutter of their own in the form of an axe. A few chops later, he had to test out his new bat transformation to fly away from danger. He didn't get much of a chance to be a pussy cave bird since the emergency shuttle arrived. Aboard, Bernard saw that axe-wielding maniac, so he commenced with the butchering. Off the butcher blocked, the slab was fighting back, causing the aggressor to chicken out by batting out. Regardless, the universe was there to check him when a mech smacked the soul out of this bat like Ginobili.